We started not that long ago. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we on the air. Oh, I'm sorry. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Ryan here, aka Big Cloud Gaming. We are here. The RGT episode 49. We are live with the fellas. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Ryan here. Whoops, got past that. Anyway, got a little too ahead of myself. Got to mute the mic. But anyway, we're here. So let's get into this topic. You already know what it is, man. Real Gamer Talk, episode 49. Let's introduce the panel. Say what's up to the people there, Carlos.
How y'all doing?
All right, there's Carlos. There's Craig Harris.
Hey.
Or should I say Foxy Games UK? I'm not even gonna say it. Go ahead.
Yeah, what up, man? Play games, not corporations. You know.
The real medications.
Hey, play games, take names. Happy Friday.
And of course, the only female on the panel, which we need to change, Tiny Pup Princess.
What's up, everybody? Enjoy the show.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, hit that like button if you guys are here. If those of you who are already here, shout out to you guys. Do us a huge favor, hit that like button and share the video out so we can reach more like-minded gamers. Our 60 seconds begins, or should I say 60 minutes begins now. Crackdown 3, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I got to start off with the fire. Crackdown 3 is officially getting its reviews. Crackdown 3 is officially getting destroyed by gamers and the media. Many people have called this game a waste of time and a joke, saying that it was not worth a 5-year wait in terms of development, saying that no development time went into this game. People say that this game is nothing more than a cheap cash grab. And many people are believing that Microsoft has lost grips when it comes to quality control of their very products. Thoughts? I'll start with the female.
Well, to start with, one of their slaves, that waved the flag, Kid Smooth, had a meltdown for Crackdown. Okay, there's to start with. I'm sorry, but he had a meltdown. Poor Kid Smooth. And then, everybody's talking about the scores. I mean, you go to PC, the score is like a 54, and for consoles, it was up at 69, dropped down to 60 already. I actually think they did. They should actually not put this game out. I think it probably was just a cash grab, and they should have stuck with other games that they canceled.
Alrighty. First of all, shout out to everybody in the chat. I know I'm not saying what's up. Shout out to you guys. What's going on? Dawn, everybody, Trey, you already know. Yeah, I got number love for y'all. Excuse me, though. I'm a little behind. That's why I'm in a rush. Mr. Craig Harris, I already know he has a lot to say on this. Go ahead.
Yeah, I downloaded it, or however you want to say it today, through Game Pass on PC. It's not a very good game, and and I think a lot of the vitriol is aimed at just maybe 7 to 10 people in the Xbox community, and people just got to understand they don't represent the Xbox at all. I don't care what their monikers are. There's a lot of cool ass people playing on Xbox. Just you got to ignore those the people that are going ham and saying the game is something that it's not. I played it. I did everything I could with it, and it's just not a very good game. So it is what it is.
All right, for sure. I'm gonna say you for last. I know you actually were playing it with Smooth, Foxy.
Oh, well, you want me to go next, right?
Yes, sir. Go right ahead, my brother.
Okay. Well, look. It is what it is, right? I mean, at the end of the day, if you like it and you're enjoying it and you find it fun, then good for you. And if you're one of those people that just expected a lot more and cannot, how can I put it, downgrade themselves for the experience, because I suppose if you really let down, you kind of have to downgrade yourself to get into the game and see what it's about, right? The funny thing is, Polygon's got an article. They posted it today where it's a big article about Crackdown 3, the review scores, how mediocre they think it is. They're not alone. There's a lot of sites that think it's mediocre. I've seen 1 or 2 9 out of 10s, though, damn near close to perfect, but that's debatable. You can't argue somebody's own opinion if they really believe it's a 9 out of 10. Hey, more power to them. But Polygon claim Microsoft are going for quantity over quality, and Crackdown 3, you can expect a lot of games to be of that level of quality because they're more interested in bolstering Game Pass with X amount of titles rather than putting a whole bunch of, talented programmers. Actually, they've got talented programmers They've got some really talented people, but unfortunately, talent with a low to mid budget, you can't get. You know what I'm saying? What do you want for the money, right? You're not going to get miracles. So at the end of the day, you got Sony saying they're going for quality over quantity, though. So it's a kind of polar opposite, isn't it? Think about it. Sony want to deliver higher quality games, but few of them for the next generation. But Microsoft want to deliver a bunch of games, but nowhere near the quality that you come to expect from Microsoft on the 360. So they find themselves in a bit of a, I don't know, it's an odd place. It's a really odd place right now for the two companies. It's not odd for Sony. It's odd that Microsoft are going for this strategy. I mean, Xbox Game Pass is a good service, but why degrade your quality just to fill it up with, just to make your catalog have a wider spread? Why do that? Why don't just go slow, like deliver quality. The titles will come after years and years. You don't have to pack it out with shovelware and mediocre titles just so it looks good. Like, it's going to turn into Amazon Prime. Like, Amazon Prime has a few good shows and a very few good movies, but the rest is just crap. You wouldn't even. It's them.
Right.
You go to a gas station and they're selling DVDs for like $5. They're films you never heard of. There's a reason why. Do you understand? Like, it's just I worry about Xbox Game Pass if Polygon are right. There's going to be a bunch of titles that you just wouldn't even. It's like, those rental type games when you used to go to Blockbusters, right? You'd never buy it, but you'll rent it for a laugh. Like, is that what Game Pass is coming to? And I want to give props out to Smokey Dog as well. Like, he put out a video on Twitter, right, which I had to retweet because it's hilarious, man. I don't know how people can take this guy seriously enough to be mad at him. He's just trolling for trolling's sake. He's entertaining. If he wasn't funny, he wouldn't even have my attention. But the fact is, he's funny.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's not even stand up because he's sitting down eating a pizza, making me laugh. What?
Yeah, I agree. Let me give a quick shout out to the chat. What's up, Ian? What's up, Lincoln Clay? Hey, shout out to Lincoln Clay. He's officially joining the PC race. That's going to be interesting to see.
There you go, baby.
To add on to your point there, and to pretty much add a little perspective there, you remember back when they first started talking about Game Pass and their strategy to fill it up with using the AA studios? Yeah. That's basically been their main focus for the longest. Remember, this shows right here just how pretty much not really unprepared. I would say this just shows their maturity in the market, right? It shows their age in the market. They haven't been on the market as long as Sony or Nintendo. They don't have the crazy library like Sony and Nintendo has. So therefore, they pretty much have no choice, if you think about it, but to put their games on this and throw out as many games as they can. That's why they're looking for AA publishers first, and then they're going to work on the other studios like the Coalition, the Initiative, Playground Games, and I guess Undead Labs, if you want to count Undead Labs, and those studios would be the ones they push for the actual legit first party AAA killers. But again,
what do you mean Undead? What do you mean if you want to count Undead Labs? Aren't they a first party studio?
They're a first party studio, but I mean, I'm talking in terms of their quality. They haven't really been.
Yeah, it's still a first party studio.
Yeah, it's a first party studio. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
I thought you were insinuating that they were second party. And saying,
no.
Let them go.
And they're coming off of what was it?
I thought it was breaking news, Ryan. I thought that was breaking news. Microsoft let them go.
No, I was thinking about that zombie game they came out. What was it called? That State of Decay. Yeah, I was like, okay, that game don't scream AAA to me, but okay, they do have Undead Labs, so whatever they're working with Undead Labs is going to be another.
Well, at least they didn't lie to us. They said it plain as day that they are going for smaller titles that are destined for Game Pass, AA games, smaller indie games. They told us. I don't think everyone really took them that seriously, though.
Right. What's going on? My brother Devil Shooter. Hey, shout out to Devil Shooter.
Yeah. Well, Matt Booty said that, and it was again, it was people within the Xbox community who they disregarded. And, I mean, you're right, Fox. I mean, they have been projecting this. I've always said it's like when somebody's shooting ball, you're trying to guard them. They said, "I'm gonna go to that line over there and shoot this 30," and then they go ahead and do it. You act surprised. And it's like, this is what they're going to do. Yes, there are other studios may be able to crank out some better content, some AAA content, and what they said is one at a 4A studio. You know, it just it's really crazy. I mean, here they are apparently with the huge news this week wasn't Crackdown. It was Hellblade from the first party studio Ninja Theory going to the Switch, which is the
Yeah, that's a big major announcement.
Yeah, we'll definitely get into that when we get into the Nintendo.
Okay, but yeah, I agree with you, Fox. Just think a lot of people just didn't want to believe it, and they're in their echo chambers, and somebody else is gonna say, "Yeah, they're never gonna do that," and they're doing it. So yeah.
Okay. So we can't call them liars. They were open about it. They were very open about it.
Yep.
So the writing's on the wall. I'm sorry. I mean, I've got nothing. I've got no horse in this race, right? I don't have any shares. I don't have any stocks. I'm not on the board. I'm not a shareholder with any of these companies, right? I'm a consumer, and then I guess I'm an enthusiast, which is why I've got the channel. But at the end of the day, I'm a consumer first. Before even a YouTuber, I'm a consumer. So there's no horse in this race, but the writing's on the wall. Microsoft are going to deliver Xbox as a service that is going to give you games. It wouldn't even surprise me
it
if
kind of
they made some games exclusive to the service. So in order to play this game early, you had to subscribe to Xbox Game Pass. It wouldn't surprise me if they did that.
It will not, because this kind of reminds me of y'all remember back when Netflix was first a thing. Remember how Netflix didn't have the crazy movies they got today or the shows? You remember how it was at first? They just do a bunch of show movies that you didn't really care about as much, and then they slowly started getting more deals, and they threw the heavy hitters on there. Now everywhere you go, everybody's on Netflix, whether it be on a PlayStation, an Xbox, or whatever. A lot of people are on Netflix on whatever device, and that's what Microsoft wants. They want to be the Netflix of gaming, but now
it didn't happen overnight. Netflix
didn't happen overnight.
It took them 8 years, close to a decade, to get where they are now.
Yeah. Which kind of makes you wonder, is this the right move right now? Is this the right move? Is pushing streaming and talking about streaming consoles and talk about, we're going to have more than one console? Is that really the proper message you want to push, especially coming off of Nintendo's E3 and your Inside Xbox you recently just had? But there's a lot of questions that need to be answered on this for sure.
I mean, you gotta see it. You gotta see it in the perspective where they wanna stay relevant within the gaming industry. So they're gonna try to do everything in their power to make that happen, whether it be through as a service-based model or outsourcing to multiple consoles. It's gonna be something that the Xbox gaming division, because let's face it, is no longer Microsoft Gaming Studios. There's no longer Xbox Gaming. It's
Xbox Game Studios now, isn't it, right?
Yeah, Xbox Game Studios.
Yeah, but you did say that they want to stay relevant, but aren't they? I mean, every week we talk about Xbox.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be talking about them for years to come. It's just that it's something that people have to get used to, in terms of not getting the good quality rated titles that you're so used to having from the Xbox brand. You're just gonna have to get used to what they're gonna bring to the table, and eventually they'll get the hint, and they will start investing into making more top quality games. But for now, this is the future of Xbox, and this is where they're heading. And
quite frankly, their budget's gonna go? I'll tell you where their budget's gonna go, Carlos. Their budget's gonna go to Gears. Their budget's gonna go to Halo. Their budget's gonna go to Forza, and damn everyone else.
And that's there's no advertisement for most of these games since this whole initiative started. The only games that seem to get advertised are Halo, Gears, and what?
And Forza.
That's it.
Halo,
those
Gears,
are the
and
only
Forza.
3 games that are getting proper advertisement alongside Game Pass. The other games, it's like, subscribe to Game Pass, get access to this. I'm like, where's the respect for the game? Where is your commitment? Where is your faith in the game? Crackdown 3 had no. You notice that there was no advertising for Crackdown 3. Even going into these reviews, nobody can bring out no trailer. For
I like Game Pass though. I do like it.
Yeah,
it's a fine service.
I don't like the idea of it becoming like a shovelware store. Because at the end of the day, if you're not going to make quality titles, then what's the opposite of quality? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And this is really going to hurt them too. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Fox is right. I mean, they told us they're doing this. He's right. The people who didn't pay attention were the people who just don't want they don't want Microsoft to do this. If you really look at their line, they haven't really come out with a whole lot since what 2011. You know, right when they were able to get Final Fantasy, I guess it'd be Final Fantasy 13. They were able to pay to get that on the 360, and they got that Metal Gear game it was trash, but they got a Metal Gear game onto their console, to the 360. But they haven't really had a whole lot as far as quality. I'm not here saying they don't have a lot of games that can come out. They don't have a ton of quality games. They just don't, except for the Forza, and I guess they've done Halo 4 or Halo 5, and then they've done Motorsports and then Horizon. That's what they're doing. You know?
Yeah. What's weird too is the fact that I'm pretty sure going down the years, people are going to find some weird way to spin that. Going, well, that depends on your definition of quality, and it's like you already know we're going to head down this weird route when it comes to generation.
Yeah.
One thing.
Pay attention to. I'm sorry, Princess. Go ahead.
No, I was going to add to the Game Pass thing was that I think like Sea of Thieves and Crackdown were made for like a place like that, but I don't think high quality, high budgeted games like a Gears, a Halo, or Forza belong on there. I really don't.
Do you think they should be separate and the others should be the incentive to get into it? You think?
Yeah, I think they should put them out there and let people buy them like they did before. All your high quality games, you can put them on Game Pass later on, but games like this that to me, you know, are not worth buying should be on Game Pass. Should be on Game Pass.
You know what, Nancy? I feel the same way about PC. I always said I don't know why Microsoft doesn't do a timed exclusive thing. Let the consoles have the game first,
right,
and then let it go to Game Pass after 6 months, and PC after 6 months, because you give people no reason to pick up the hardware.
That
exactly.
That right there is what I've been saying. I think when you know. As soon as like take Crackdown 3 for instance, it's already on Game Pass. I think that's hurting the sales. You know, you can go buy it for $60. I know these developers are like, you know, getting a lump sum for their game to be on Game Pass, but they're missing like a lot of sales. In my point, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay. Michael low-key just jumped in here. Shout out to you, Michael.
I got that invite from Titanfall.
Yeah, and I was like, is he jumping in or not? I guess not. But okay, well, Michael's here. Shout out to you.
No, they were wondering where you were, and I said he's probably just running a couple minutes late.
Excuse me for the late start. I had to step out and do a few things. That's why.
Same here. That's what I was doing. I was doing some personal.
Mike jumped in good though. Mike, you jumped in good because you sound like you've been here since we started.
I was agreeing the whole time, nodding his head like, yes, facts. So there you go. Who was it? Meds, my brother. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up? I don't even know what the topic is. We went everywhere.
It was Crackdown 3. It was Crackdown 3, and then it went into quality.
Oh, Crackdown 3 is trash. What else is there to talk about? Like, I don't understand. like people this game is whack. And we all saw it coming from a mile.
You supposed to be my Xbox supporter. What's going on? What you mean?
Listen, bro. I'm not a fanboy. Listen to me. This game is whack. We all saw this shit coming from a mile away, and now everybody on Twitter, on gaming Twitter, want to act like the Pikachu meme with his mouth open, like y'all surprised. Get the fuck out of here! Everybody knew this game was trash, and now y'all out here acting shocked. Get the fuck out of here! That's some nonsense.
That's harsh, though. That's harsh to say trash. I mean, it's not great.
I wouldn't. Man, do you not think that stuff is targeted towards certain people within the community? Not everybody, but there's certain people that are in echo chambers that sit up there and rub one off anytime a Digital Foundry video pops up or something.
Yeah, but I'm not worried about those retards.
Oh no, I know you're not. But do you think some of the vitriol, like you said, the Pikachu thing, meme or GIF? Do you think that's? I personally think all that stuff is projected towards those people, men and women.
No, yeah, absolutely, because everybody's been dying for this game to come out. I said it the day of. The Valentine's Day Massacre is here. We all saw this coming.
Yeah,
like,
we did.
and we were exactly correct. And dog, like, I want to know, like, how many of y'all are gonna play? Not y'all, you guys, but how many of everybody out here that's out here talking about this game are actually gonna play this game? Like, the game is whack. I'm actually gonna play the game because it's on Game Pass. Fuck it, I'm gonna try it.
Right.
And next week I'm gonna tell y'all, if I liked it or not. Like, you could like a bad game. There's some bad games I really enjoy, and if this game is fun, it might be fun. Whatever. But yeah, the game is trash.
like
Fuck
Rise Son of Rome. It got a bad Metacritic, but to me, I thought the game was fun.
A lot of people like that game. And
it's
Order
underrated.
1886.
Rise Son of Rome. It scored in the 60s. I enjoyed the hell out of it.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, there's Rise.
But now,
And about
now
I'm
real
sorry,
gamer talk here. Real gamer talk. I stayed up last night and it's about 4 in the morning, fucking around with Crackdown 3.
Ooh.
I first things first. I jumped right as soon as it was launched. I jumped into the multiplayer, gave it see how the final aspect of it was. It's still trash. The multiplayer is. The destruction's not there. The auto lock on. I know people tell me, oh, that's always been there. The auto lock on. There's no competition in multiplayer. I won.
It's got the most emoji thing on it though. It's got auto.
I played only one match, and not even. I played half a match, and I got the fuck out of there.
I did 3 matches. And I won all 3 of my matches. I had.
Oh god.
I had 8 to 10 kills each game.
Okay.
Yo.
Can I just shut my mouth? Can I just interject one last thing? Because I gotta roast my boy Carlos here.
Yeah, go ahead.
What is that?
So as many of you know, listening, I do a weekly podcast with Kid Smooth, right? Kid Smooth is my friend. I got a lot of love for Kid Smooth, right? Kid Smooth is just stubborn and hard headed. Okay, we can all understand that.
He's all right, man. I had him on
Smooth
Game
is still my
Account.
guy, right?
No, you.
But Carlos,
but Foxy, just listen.
Carlos, why are you trolling Kid Smooth and giving him money? Bro, I will troll him for you for free. Give me the money, bro. Bro, I'm hungry out here. Give me this money. You out here giving this man money? You out here giving this man money to roast him? Bro, give me the money. I'll roast him for you personally, in person. It's easy, bro. Send the money this way, and I got you, fam.
Alright, so
let me just say this real quick. Kid Smooth is an entrepreneur. That guy, he getting paid to unblock people, right? He's cool as well. And I had him on the Game Accounts last episode. Like, he's all right, man. When you sit down with him, he's all right. You know what I'm saying? He's all right. I like him.
He's
all right.
Wait,
One thing people don't know about Kid Smooth though, he likes to troll too at the same time. People don't get that. He's funny.
I was about to say
really
the same thing.
He's funny as hell.
He know what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
He's cool people.
Oh, he means this though.
He's out there. He's out there, like Jay Barry and all the others. He's just out there trolling.
And when people don't realize one thing about Kid Smooth, you know he's trolling because he's out there playing his games, unlike other people who are out there just swiping their gums. You know what I'm saying? He's playing games.
He's got kids. He's married. Do you think he really feels? He really feels the way he portrays online. He's got other things to worry about.
Exactly.
Very, very true.
But now, as I was going to finish, I jumped into the campaign on Crackdown 3. Also, it's a mindless platform shooter. That's all it is. There's no destruction on the buildings either. And I was doing co-op with my friends with it. I was having fun with it, but it's just not there, man. I gave it a 6 out of 10 for me.
How does the clouds? Does it look impressive though when you're online and they do the whole destruction with the cloud? How does that look?
It looked like it looked like what's the name of that? Is it Red Fashion Gorilla? It don't look that good.
Yeah, it didn't look that good. I mean,
I'm gonna play it tonight anyway. I've got Game Pass. I'll download it.
As I was doing the destruction on the online part, like the multiplayer, it was like falling down slowly and things like that.
Yeah,
it was like it was in styrofoam or something. It was just like they're floating down.
This kills the streaming. This kills the whole streaming future thing now because we're not ready for it yet.
Yeah.
If they can't even do destruction with the cloud, how are we gonna have all our games on the cloud?
Well, I understand. Well, in a way, I kind of understand why the cloud is not there because Epic bought the rights to the cloud gen, and they had to. That's why they delayed it. Is because they had to go back and rebuild it from the ground up because Epic bought CloudGen.
They bought the rights to the cloud.
Yes.
Oh God.
I thought Epic and Microsoft had a wonderful relationship. Back on the 360, it seems like they're competitors now.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I think Microsoft's game.
They're out there to make the money just like everybody else is.
Well,
I know.
But
But you know what? There's always that relationship, though, isn't it? We're here to make money, but Nintendo has a great relationship with certain companies. Sony has a great relationship with certain companies. I thought Epic would be one of those companies for Microsoft, but it doesn't look like that. They care about all the sales that Microsoft got them for their games. I mean, Gears would be nothing without Xbox.
Pretty much.
I just heard some breaking news. I heard that there was a virus that are switching the numbers. It really got they switched to 6, so it wasn't really a 69. It was a 96.
Oh, of course.
All right.
Oh my god,
That's what you know.
that's so funny. I'm in tears.
I'm gonna say this. Like last night when I played the game, I got it through the Game Pass for my PC. I played it at 1440p, 60. Right? And I mean, the game looks.
Oh boy, Carlos Biden.
Yep. He's got that potato internet.
We ain't ready for the cloud.
It's the Microsoft guys coming at you for talking shit.
We can't even do Google Hangouts. We're not ready for the cloud, man. We can't even have a good Google Hangouts. How are we ready for the cloud?
Yeah, what I had time for one thing. God, he's talking over. It's hilarious. God, it's some funny shit. All right, let me just add on to this, and we can move on for this Crackdown shit. To the people who are saying,
let me say something about Crackdown. Yo, hold on.
Hold on.
Yeah, you already know NYC in here, baby. Let's go.
Pablo, you narcos, you.
Yo, look, anybody, look. I'm not even an Xbox fanboy.
That's the real P3.
Yeah, you don't know me, bro. I think this is my first time meeting you. But yo, if y'all niggas was fucking, if y'all was fucking with Zelda's art style and y'all saying Crackdown trash, hold this L real quick. Cause how y'all gonna say that, bro? Come on, bro. Cause that game looked like a PS3 360 game too. So y'all gotta keep that same energy. I'm just saying. If y'all wanna be fair.
Yo, dude, how's
nobody talked about the graphics at all, actually.
Yeah.
No. I was hearing some people saying like the graphics look like 360 graphics or whatever. Like,
numerous.
Yo, Pablo, what's the internet like in Colombia, man?
Colombia is beautiful out here. You feel me?
What's it like in Bogota, man? Medellin. What's the internet
Bogota,
like, my friend?
I got my hitters out here. I'm just kidding. I just thought that was weird. Like people was dissing the graphics. I think the graphics look nice. They got a nice.
They do look good. I wonder why people are saying that. The animation's whack. That's like PS2 era, but the graphics look good though.
The game mechanic.
I agree with that.
I feel it's a little bit outdated.
Just the things that hitting on Xbox is popular. It's the fun thing to do. My most popular tweet ever was my tweet from last week when I said that Crackdown 3 was whack. It got like 40 likes. I've never had that many. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is?
It's slander, baby. So click.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's true, man. Maybe it is whack. I mean, and people are like, yeah, this guy understands it's whack. But I don't know what that is.
It kind of depends who you are, though, innit? Because someone's going to love it to death. They're going to play that all year.
Yeah. They were saying it was better than Spider-Man. I mean, there were people really saying it was better than Spider-Man. So like Fox said, if you like it, you like it. What is it? The PC community, we say we uninstall it. So I uninstalled it already. So my computer woke up and hit me in the face for even putting that.
Oh no!
But shout out to people that love it. If you like it, I'd love it for you. But my PC will not play games like that. So
you got rammed by your own computer.
It hit me in the middle of the night.
No. What was I about to say? What the shit? No, the best comment I read during the whole, the drama surrounding this game was, and I quote, "It's just $1. Shut up. Leave it alone."
That's no excuse.
That's ridiculous.
Now,
that's no
I'll tell you right now. Listen,
that's
ridiculous. This is why I say Game Pass is going to be used as an excuse for a lot of mediocrity. When you got dudes coming to me making comments on video saying it's just $1.
Ryan, if a guy gives me a game for free and it's shit, you know what I'm saying? It's shit.
Exactly. But now let's do a little role reversal. Let's say this game was Detroit Become Human.
Whoa.
And this is Sony. Will we be having the exact same discussion?
What do you mean?
I think we would be just like literally shitting on it completely because I'm not gonna be biased. I'm gonna be straight to the point. If it plays like crap, if it looks like crap, and even if it's performing like crap, I'm gonna critique it the way it is. It doesn't matter whether it's on PC PlayStation.
No, you see, I
Xbox,
wouldn't shit on it. Even if it was Detroit Become Human, I wouldn't shit on it. Do you know why?
No, I'm talking about if it wasn't done the way you see it. I'm talking
No,
about
I
like,
still wouldn't shit on it because at the end of the day, one man's treasure is another man's trash, and vice versa. And I think about the developers who put a lot of hard work and time in it. It's not their fault that they didn't get the budget. It's not their fault they didn't get the budget. They did what they could with what they were given.
Okay. I don't blame Sumo Digital for this. I blame the parent company for not. And
exactly. I wouldn't big up the
Sumo
game though.
Digital has made good games in the past.
They have.
Well,
they have.
I mean, yeah, but this really gives credence to what the people kind of chuckled and ribbed Sony for saying we're going for quality, not quantity. Well, this is why. You don't have to worry about something like that making it out of the PlayStation or Nintendo family. You just don't. So, but this is why I prefer quality over quantity. But now maybe people can understand that. This is why you don't get a State of Decay coming out of Sony or and a Sea of Thieves coming out of there or Nintendo. It's not going to pass the smell test.
Okay. Yo, slow mo in the chat throwing that.
Going at it with you in the chat, man. You said name a good one. Yo, wait. He said,
Sumo Digital that they made?
Yeah, he said he had a budget too.
Sly 4. Sly 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was good. He's got a point there.
Oh, yo, you know what? Never mind. I take it back. That's wrong developer. Never mind.
They made Sonic. They made Sonic Transformers Racing.
Oh wait, hold on.
They made that Sonic racing game that was good. It was really good. Like
Racing Transformed. If that was them, that's good.
that was Sumo Digital. They made that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a good game.
And they made Outrun, the Outrun that was on PS3. Like they made that the graphics up to date.
Yeah, they did a couple of good games, but
when you give them the money and the time, any studio can produce wonders. There are people who are 3 men or women in a room, right, making a game, an indie game, and it comes out and it gets 9 out of 10 and sells millions. So there's no excuse.
Yeah. Nah, look at Dead Cells, man. Look at Dead Cells. Dead Cells for what it is. It's a great game and it's fun, and it's not a graphical achievement. It's practically.
If you keep it,
I've been playing it right now lately.
If you keep it in Xbox, Cuphead was 4 people, I think.
Someone said in the chat, it's karma. Maybe next time don't talk about puddles.
Yo, come on, man. I don't want to bash it too much, man, because I mean, it has its merits. I'm not gonna be here, trying to be too biased with the game. The game has its merits. It is you can talk about the negative parts of a game, right? And you can say what you don't like without saying it's trash, because you do a disservice to the hardworking developers. Imagine you build a house, yeah? Mm-hmm. Blood, sweat, and tears. The materials, you could only afford to build your house with the money you had. And then some plonker comes along and says, your house is trash. Look at your rubbish house. And you're still sweating from the work. You just finished your house. Like,
wait, hold on. Wait, that don't got nothing to do with me. I don't care how much hard work they put in. Like, no offense, but like, yo, I just want a good game.
I agree. But there's an extreme way of criticizing somebody's artistry. Like, to say it's trash is quite dismissive, because I tell you why. It's just your opinion that it's trash. Somebody else is going to tell you that it's not trash.
Now I'm gonna
argue. That's why you can't argue with reviews, because that's one person's opinion.
That too, and this is what I'm gonna say right now. Right, I'm playing the game at super agent difficulty. I'm not playing it on normal or easy. I'm playing it on hard, and quite frankly, the first 2 bosses, it was too easy for me. Like, I beat it that quick on super agent difficulty.
Wow.
That right there to me is like hit or miss.
Are we still talking about Crackdown 3?
Yeah, we can move on. The game.
Honestly, we should just move on.
No, I didn't mean it like that. I just got lost for a second. Are we still talking about that game?
I know we are, and we need to move on because we only have another 30.
Yeah, we still got more.
Life is
too
short to be talking about bad games.
My God, I mean, we're talking about 69.
Do you know what? You're almost coming up to an hour already as well, and all you've been talking about is Crackdown, bro.
It was brutally bad, though.
Hey. To end that topic, I'm gonna end it just just like this. Hey, I'm not surprised that it went on that long at all. Let me tell you why. How long has this game been delayed? Over 5 years. And yet this is the game that's been the topic of many discussions and many speculations. So the fact that it's here and we're having this long discussion does not shock me one bit whatsoever. Now, let's add to this quality over quantity thing. Now, I remember correctly, a lot of people brought up quality over quantity back with the 360 versus the PS3. Remember that? When Sony was dropping a lot of major games, and if these people said those games were quality when they actually were, they just didn't want to own a PS3. Well, Sean Layton talked about E3 and the relevancy of E3. Now, according to him, E3 is becoming more and more irrelevant because of YouTubers, you know, like us who actually are doing more work than these actual game journalists who refuse to put out good articles. Instead, they rely on shock value. They'll put out these ridiculous titles to get you to click on it. They got these dumb morons who claim they're journalists that really do not know much. Hell, there was even one journalist who claimed and called gamers idiots because they complain about video games, saying that we should accept mediocrity. Now, Mr. Sean Layton's thoughts on that are very simple. He believes that, you know, with the media and everything in nature, he doesn't think E3 is as relevant as it is or as it was. So he commented on that. He also claimed that they were focusing on more quality games. So 4 games a year, 1 game per quarter, and this is going to be their mindset going forward. Thoughts? I'll start with Nancy.
Oh boy, to me personally, all I'm going to say is I want quality over quantity.
There you go.
Bottom line, you can give me as many games as you want, but if they don't run properly, you know, the mechanics are shitty, and if it's even destruction, whatever it is, I don't want it. I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want it. I want quality over quantity. What else can you say? Honestly.
Okay.
Bottom line, I want quality over quantity.
Yo, Phil, roll that weed up.
All right. Michael, you go ahead.
Yo, what's good? I'm with Nancy. I want quality over quantity. I want games like, you know, Gears of War, Halo, like, you know, mature adult rated games that I'm actually, and story driven games that I'm going to be interested in playing and having fun with. Not like these Minecraft building games or Sea of Thieves where you have to go, you know, set sail on a boat and make your own story to have fun. I'm not into those type of games. Nah.
Okay. Pablo the third.
The real P3.
The real P3, you already know. But yeah, so basically what you were saying is like Sony or PlayStation, they're gonna like release 4 games like
they're
for a year from now on.
Quality is their initiative now. They don't want to focus on just rushing out games for the sake of having a crazy lineup. They want to push quality games and have 4 games a year, so 1 for each particular quarter. If you guys, well, I'll add on to that later, but basically there's more for that. And they also talked about E3 and how irrelevant it has become because of obviously YouTubers like us who actually do more time and spend more dedication to games by doing news and spreading the news, X amount of things, rather than these actual publishers who are on these websites. So.
Well, actually, I didn't hit that point. Yeah, I think right now E3 is irrelevant. I think he's right on that because what do they do there? Nothing really. Honestly, they show too much hardware and not enough software. So, in my opinion, I think it is irrelevant.
Yeah. I like it. It sounds like a good plan. I mean, they've been releasing some hitters, you know, anyways, like for the past couple of years. So, like 4 games sounds good to me. I feel like Microsoft should like take note of that. Because, like, I feel like they got this idea that, like, just because they're acquiring a lot of studios, that means that they're gonna release quality games. That's not true at all. Like, for all we know, all those games could be ass. For all we know, so like they should look at what they're doing and really like just like let them have like the creative freedom to release whatever they want and like don't go crazy. Release just a couple games like every year and go from there. But yeah, I wouldn't even mind if they did 2 games because like they're already on top of everything anyway. So like shit. Okay. There's so many games that come out anyway.
All right, good point. Mr. Craig Harris, you have a lot to say. Go ahead.
Well, I want the quality. If you don't believe me, you can just ask my Valentine's Day. Quality, baby. I mean, it's I mean, again, when you do a QA, or when you're doing QC, whatever, I'd much rather have. I take 1,000 Detroit Become Humans over what I've seen with Xbox this year, or last year -4s. I mean, let's see if these. I mean, can you give me a break? I mean, that's not coming out on any other console, because of the quality control. So, and but yeah, just give me the quality. Give me a porterhouse over a ranch. Yes, they're both. That porterhouse is just so much better. So.
Okay. Carlos, go ahead, bro.
Hey, as always, man, quality over quantity. Why do I say this? Well, look at the highly rated games from Sony. That's all I have to say. Quality speaks for itself. Quality gives the user experience that you are seeing before you. Okay. Most of the games that are on the Xbox are not high quality rated games for a reason. When you rush into something and you don't do it the right way, it becomes what? Irrelevant. And that's what happens. That's what's happening now through this gen. Okay. I mean, quality is above all else. So, I mean, 4 games a quarter is not going to do that much damage to them. They're still going to be making great stellar games. It's just something that's new, something that people have to get used to. It. I remember back in a couple of years, I think with the PlayStation, the first PlayStation, they wanted to do 4 games a year. That specific reason, because they were getting the development studios were getting overwhelmed with so many projects that they weren't able to meet the schedule. So I think that is a smart move by them, regardless of what other people might think or say that they're scared or this and that. Nah, look at Nintendo. Nintendo does what? Puts quality above everything else. So Sony is showing the same interest into making sure that the people, the consumer, are overall enjoying the product.
All right. Good point. Go ahead, Mitch. I know you got to reset up. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just gonna finish it on my phone. Might as well. But well, I think Sony here is what they found what I like to call the Goldilocks zone. Because if you remember, like, you can't have low quality. Obviously, you can't have low quantity. But I think there is such a thing as too high quality and too often. And let me explain. The PS5 is coming. If you guys remember the PS2, it had a terrible fucking launch. It had almost nothing to play, and it was a disaster for a little while, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's low quantity right there. It's a problem. But then what happens? Their biggest failure, the PS Vita. When the PS Vita launched, it has what I think might be the best launch lineup ever. Like, they threw out like game after game after game after game. But what happens? Everybody can't buy all these games. And then what happened after that? After like the first year, Sony didn't even support or care about this thing anymore because it flopped.
Yeah.
And then I believe it was 2012 or 2011, PlayStation put out a high quality exclusive once a month for an entire year. And most of these games didn't sell and they didn't resonate with the the gaming public. And maybe it was because it was just too much coming too fast, If you set a cadence, like what they're trying to do now, one every quarter, you give people a conversation to have every couple months, something to play and then something to talk about that's coming soon for you to play later. You know what I mean? And I think that Goldilocks zone, I think they're right there. And if Xbox can copy a similar cadence, I think they're in a good spot.
Okay. Good point. And Fox, what you think, bro?
Well, I know we're on the wrong side of time here, so I'll keep it short.
I know you're fine. I remember we started a little late, so you're fine. That's why I'm not worried about it. Good.
Personally, a game a quarter, 4 AAA high quality internal Sony exclusives a year. I'll take that over 7 or 8 games that are middling to average. I mean, at the end of the day, if they can deliver, and I'm confident Sony can, if they can deliver God of War quality level games 4 a year, man, what do you need? At the end of the day, you got to look at it like this, right? You can have 10 games come out, all exclusives, but only 2 of them are on fire. The 8 are just middling, average. You wouldn't even pay it no mind. Yeah, if it didn't have Sony written on it. But 4 high-quality God of War, Spider-Man level games, come on, man. That's all you need. Because it's not like there's going to be other games in between from second-party partners, third-party partners. There's going to be plenty of games. And quite frankly, you know, it's expensive owning all the consoles. I'm playing on PC, so give me less, but better. Sometimes less is more.
Okay. Alrighty. Let's get into this other one here. Now, this is where the quality argument definitely comes into play. Now, Jim Ryan is also now the new head, or I'm sorry, the new CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment. So he is now taking over John Cadera. Now, John Cadera barely even had a run, if you think about it, in the role. Barely had a run. But he's here. He's now taking over. He will be the head of Sony Interactive Entertainment. So this is a big change going into the PlayStation 5. They're definitely looking into more venues to get stuff out here. They're looking to improve the infrastructure, obviously, for networking, et cetera, et cetera. So what you guys think about John Cadera? John Cadera, for one, stepping down this fast, and 2, Jim Ryan being the new head of Sony Interactive. I'll start with Foxy since you did a video.
Well, I'm glad you did, because I know the story behind this, actually.
Yeah.
It was John Cadera's idea to go back to network services.
Yeah.
He didn't want to take the role in the first place, actually. He was always comfortable. That's where he's been all this time. That's where he's comfortable. Mm-hmm. And, you know, he approached Sony to go back to his old position, and Jim Ryan was the next one in line, so he got it. It's as simple as that. And I know people are concerned about Jim Ryan, but listen, you can't mistake somebody's opinion in an interview with the company's, you know, it's not their company's line. It's not their motto. Just because he says it doesn't mean Sony, it doesn't mean Sony is behind it. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he could say, you know, hack and slash games aren't my thing. So do you think Sony are going to stop making God of War games? No. You know, just because he says, why would you want to play those old games? Do you think Sony's going to say, oh, hey, maybe Jim's onto something? Let's not bother, you know, with the whole, why did they make the PlayStation Classic if Jim Ryan's words meant so much? And I know PlayStation Classic didn't do well, but they still made it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so don't worry. He ain't got that much power anyway. He's not a dictator. He's not a Sony Corp dictator. He doesn't have that much power. There's other big, important, top brass, high-level, high-profile Sony executives who make decisions too. Okay, and they can veto him. They can say, no, we don't agree with this. And they can, and plus he's got to report.
Yeah.
He's got to report to the Sony CEO of Japan. So he gets a final say, not Jim Ryan. So people are worrying over nothing. The man has an opinion that he doesn't, after looking at Gran Turismo Sport, he thought, wow, look at how it looks on the PS1. I can't imagine who would want to play this. That's all he said, and people lost their nut over it. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I remember that too. I remember that.
Yeah. This is going back to, you know, everything else too. Again, he still has to report to the board of directors. He's not on the board or anything of that nature. He just
is it Kenichiro Yoshida? That's who he's got to report to.
There you go. It all comes down to that at the end of the day. So that's what that is for sure. Anybody else thoughts on it? Who else will add anything to it?
My thing is that he's been with Sony since what, 1994 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like you guys already said, you know, he has people to report to. Okay, he could say something, but maybe he just don't like something. But that doesn't mean the board is going to agree with everything he says. And he's been there long enough, and I don't think there's any way he going to, you know, go out there and drop the ball, because he's got other people to report to. They're not going to let that happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I think people just need to calm down and just see what's going to happen, and just relax. Just relax, because he's not going to be able to do things without the board's permission. They're not going to let that happen.
And you listen to this as well, what Nancy just said. Imagine I said something. Imagine I said something as a representative of this particular podcast here, right? RGT. And people didn't like it. Does that mean everyone on this panel or anyone that's got part of RGT has said it as well, that they're behind what I'm saying? Does it mean they all agree with me just because I said it?
Not all the time.
No.
Not at all.
Of course not, because we're all individuals. It's the same with Jim Ryan. He's part of a machine corporation, a machine, a money-making machine. That's its only purpose. It has no feelings. It has no emotion. And he's just a part of the cog that turns the overall wheel. He doesn't have the power to say this isn't happening, that's not happening. He can make suggestions. Look, and people are taking away his record as well. He's been there since day one. He brought over loads of titles to Europe. You don't give this man enough credit. You don't know what he's done. You don't know what contribution he's made to PS1, 2, 3, and 4. You just said a few things that you don't agree with, and people lost it. It's silly.
Yep. Very, very true. Very, very, very true. Craig, you want to add anything to this?
Oh, well, I pretty much agree with what's been said. It really reminds me of, yeah, I just think people are looking for something to complain about. And you said this, and therefore you're not going to have that. I'm like, look, they've sold 90 plus million without having certain features. So shut the fuck up. You know? It's just that simple. But yeah, I mean, like I said, people I guess think he's going to be some kind of out of control maniac, and I'm sure that he's got some really good ideas. But
he's the guy that he greenlit the Getaway series. You know that, and a lot of other games that you might not have been able to play.
Yeah, which again, the Getaway and all that really added to what we have now as far as physics and things like that. I mean, other developers like what they saw. Even I thought the Getaway was straight garbage, like Justice League bad. But nevertheless, I mean, it helped innovate things. But this guy, the PS5, I'm happy to report that it's well on its way into possibly getting here later than sooner. So, all he has to do is just make sure that the keep the oven at 350 and don't overcook the meat. So, but he'll be fine. They'll be fine.
But he does. I'll say one thing about Jim Ryan though. I don't like his stage presence. He comes off like a recovering alcoholic.
Yeah, the two guys.
Hey man, he one step ahead of me.
Look, the two guys that announced the PS4 in 2013, they should just have them do their announcements for their new console. Just bring them back for one day. Here, announce the console, and then get the, that's what they did. They came out, they pulled down their pants, they whipped it out, and they walked the hell off the stage. That's all they got to do. And just bring those two guys back, and that's it. And say bye-bye, toodaloo, take it easy. And but yeah, just people just want something to complain about.
All right. Anybody else?
Sony's got a new event, haven't they, in February now?
It's
for
called
PlayStation Destination.
Yeah, there you go. Destination.
For the press though, it's for press and retail only.
Yeah, it's Destination PlayStation.
We're running out of time to do it. There's only 8 days. 9 days left this month.
Yeah. Anybody else want to add anything to that before I get into this other little topic? This is going to be a quick one, too. This is for Nintendo. Obviously, Nintendo's Direct. Who watched it and what you guys thought about it? Me, personally, I thought it was actually better than the previous ones. They did show some stuff that was interesting for me. I'm not really into their shows like that anymore, but, it was actually not a bad showing for the Switch. That little device, I think Foxy put out a good tweet about it. The little device seems to just shock everybody every time something comes out.
Yeah, did you see that Astral Strain game? That looks amazing.
That game looks great.
It looked like the Switch can't run it. The way I saw it, I thought, no way is Switch doing all those buildings and backgrounds so smoothly. And it is like when you really target the hardware, you code to the metal of the hardware, and it's not a port. It's actually for that system, and you give it a budget. I think it can match stuff that even the PS4 and Xbox One can do. Not like on a God of War Spider-Man level, but it can certainly deliver a high quality experience like you'd expect on those big boy consoles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What was that game that was on there? Aside from Astral, it was the other one. It was they had Hellblade running on the Switch, which shocked me.
Amazing.
That shocked me. I was like, wow, Hellblade.
Amazing.
Yeah, I was shocked that Hellblade made it to the Switch, and I was also shocked that there was one more game that was on there aside from Hellblade.
Link's Awakening remake.
Was that it?
No, it was. There's a remake. There is a remake.
And then,
no, it's another one. It's
they showed about 25 games, in that one, all for this year. That's crazy, and that's just one direct.
Yeah. But now I was talking about it was a game that looks like Code Vein.
Astral
Strain.
It's blood something in the title.
Oh, Bloodstain. I was talking about that a few weeks ago on
You
RGT,
mean Castlevania, the Castlevania type game, you mean?
Yeah, that's my most anticipated game of the year.
I'm buying that, man. That's a day one.
Hell yeah, that's a day one.
Yeah, that looks really, really good.
I'm probably going to pick up Dragon Quest 11 S.
Fire. That looks fire too.
I'm buying that as well. Do you know what? I've held off from buying the PS4 version.
I already
on the go.
I already have the PS4 version, loving it. But
I have it on PC, but I haven't booted it up.
The S version is going to have, exclusive content.
Okay.
You can play it in 2D.
Well, no, that's just not 2D. Each hero is going to have its own story now too. There's going to be each character has its own story now.
Yeah, but you can play it in 2D on the fly. You can switch between 3D and 2D.
You can switch, from like you said, 3D to 8-bit.
And it's got the proper soundtrack, not that crap that came out on the European versions.
Yes. And a lot of people, I would say a lot of Sony people are, up in arms, we're going to get that content. I don't think we're going to get it.
It's exclusive because Nintendo, if Nintendo are paying for the marketing and distribution, right? If they are, then they're going to keep some stuff for exclusive. You know how Nintendo rolls. They're not going to just say, oh, we'll pay all this money, but everyone can have, equal share. I doubt it.
Because they even said they're undecided about it.
That means it ain't coming.
So I'm fine dropping another 60 on Dragon Quest. I'll support the hell out of that game because I like the Dragon Quest series.
Right.
Listen, people are gonna laugh at me, but there's a game on the Switch right now. It's like Call of Duty. I swear to you, it's called Combat. It's called Modern Combat Black something, right? Yeah. Let me tell you something, right? Blackout, right? The game. It's really honestly, if you played it on a PS4, you'd say it's mediocre, but somehow on the Switch, because my expectations aren't as high, for me, it feels kind of good playing portably like a Call of Duty style game. And the campaign mode is fire. I'm having so much fun.
Oh, and let me correct myself too for this one. During the Nintendo Direct, they showed off Mortal Kombat 11 on the Switch. That's coming to the Switch, but they didn't show
good as well.
Yeah. They didn't show no blood with the characters, I don't think, in the trailer, or the actual reveal.
Yeah,
so that right
there, it's gonna be in there though. They just did that because they're showing the trailer to kids, right?
Yeah. So all I'm saying is there's gonna be blood in the game. So Mortal Kombat, you'll get the full-fledged Mortal Kombat experience on the Switch, which is definitely great.
All I'm saying is I'm not picking the game up unless I know and they can confirm that Waluigi is going to be in a character in Mortal Kombat 11.
Oh, and the other one was Super Mario Maker 2. There you go. Super Mario Maker 2.
I need an exclusive Waluigi in Mortal Kombat 11.
Never gonna happen.
I want to see Luigi in there. I want to see Luigi in there ripping people's heads off and shit.
They will not have that character. Nintendo will not have their character decapitated and cut up into pieces and eyeballs popping out. They will not have their character go through.
You know what they'll probably do, because it's just in Nintendo's nature. They'll probably give Raiden like a damn Mario outfit. There you go. They'll do something like that.
Because they did that with
they did that for Tekken. They did that for Tekken. Remember that for the Wii U? They gave Tekken characters Mario outfits. So yeah.
They also did in Skyrim on the Switch version. They gave you the outfit that kind of looked like Link.
Yeah, definitely.
But I don't want to sound like a snowflake here, but I'm going to say one thing. Although I'm not particularly perturbed by it, but I do understand why some people are saying that they're going too far with some of the gore in the game. Seriously, some of it is really satanic. No, honestly, some of it is secret society shit.
Suck it up. Don't play Pokemon.
Exactly. That's
some of it is some of it is like making a human sacrifice shit. Seriously, come on. They got. I mean, no. I'm not. No, but listen. I'm not trying to come off like a snowflake. I'm not saying it's gonna put me off. I'm not. No, I'm gonna enjoy it. Because I ain't got a problem with horror games and horror anything. I'm grounded. I'm not religious. I can understand how some people who have they are theists. They've got a religious identity and an ideology but they still enjoy playing adult games. I can see why some of them think, wow, they're going maybe, some of these politicians are going to see this and say, wow, we got to do something about these games. There's a tax. Look, there's a tax coming out in a state in America. If you want to buy a mature game, they're gonna tax you.
It's called what you're talking about. What you're talking about right there, Fox. Yeah, what you're talking about right there, Fox, is called the sin tax, and it's supposed to be going into Pennsylvania. That's if it gets passed.
Right, and they're gonna justify things like that by saying, look, Mortal Kombat, Grand Theft Auto, even though kids, the law itself is stupid because it's designed to stop kids from being exposed to it. But these games are not for kids.
They're not.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they're not supposed to get them anyway.
Yeah, I've discussed this on the platform podcast many times. This is where it draws the line. It's the parents buying these types of games for their kids, and their kids paying them.
Yeah, like Call of Duty's not supposed to be for kids, but their parents buy it regardless. They don't care.
Exactly.
I don't blame the parents.
Also got to what the government. Part of it is the parents, but what the government's got to realize? They see more of that shit depending on where they live on the streets than they're going to see in the game.
Right, and I don't blame the parents. The parents are tired. They're overworked, overtaxed, underpaid. They ain't got time to be watching every little thing. They're trying to survive. They're trying to feed their kids. They're trying to keep Tommy happy.
Yeah, that's why Call of Duty is called a damn what's it called? A children's online daycare. There you go. That's what COD stands for.
Parents are under pressure. Everyone says blame the parents, but you know what? The government of the world, not just each country, puts so much pressure on people. Like it's hard, to focus on everything. You're always working.
Yeah, that is very, very true. It's crazy. It really is crazy.
Well, let me say something. Ryan, Hellblade is by Ninja Theory, and it's a Microsoft first-party studio, and they have just put their game on every platform. When that gets to Switch, it will be available on PlayStation. It will be available on PC. It will be available on the Switch, as I said, and the Xbox.
Yeah.
So all these cheddar biscuit eating Negroes never happened.
But that game wasn't made before they did the whole deal with them, acquiring them.
Their deal with Microsoft is what is getting that game to that console. Until Ninja Theory releases a statement that says, "Well, we already plan on putting this game on the Switch," which I haven't seen yet. I have not seen a statement from them.
Microsoft are going to make money off the Switch sales.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. I'm not.
And the PS4 sales. If people are still
what's crazy though about
very possible.
Yeah, you know what's crazy about your theory though? Tell you the truth, that situation about the game coming to Switch now, I think that was already done in the process, right? That was already
it was way before the deal.
And as soon as I see a statement that says, "Yeah, we already had this plan a year in advance,"
the thing is, Craig, it's just basic math, man. Like, how long? When did they acquire Ninja Theory? Not even a year ago. How long does it take to port a game? Like, maybe like 9 months or so.
Whoa.
A few weeks.
That sounds like a car crash.
Skirt.
Like making a port, especially one that will run on Switch, it has to take some time. So there's no way that they just decided right now
a year.
After
they said
the
they started on it in 2018, early 2018.
Yeah, absolutely. This started before they got acquired. Absolutely.
That's what I'm thinking. I saw Porter Rock talking about it, and no. He's like, this is Xbox game. It's their property. I'm like, they had this all planned out way before they got acquired.
And as soon as they announce that, people will stand corrected.
Yeah.
Well, Microsoft's gonna eat off of Nintendo Switch sales, so
Yeah, Nintendo's about to get a free network out of this deal. Plus, they about to get more gamers. So
all I'm hoping for is if once they bring the Xbox Live to the Switch and stuff, that they'll have a proper voice chat party going on for it, because this.
They may. I mean, they gotta get this fixed before they bring all this shit over to the PlayStation.
That party chat they're using right now is it's not it.
It ain't cheap.
What are you talking about? Discord's perfect.
Discord's great.
I use Discord, to talk to my friends and stuff like when I'm playing the Switch. But I mean, if you're not but if you're not using Discord, you have to download the phone app and all that.
We don't talk about that.
Exactly. You gotta hang the cord around your neck and hang yourself.
Hey,
bro, if I see anybody using that app, they're getting slapped. I'm sorry. Like, what are you doing?
Conversations of adults, huh?
Hey, I just want to say about that. Going back to that whole direct thing, I was actually one of the few people that was actually disappointed with it. Like, I didn't like some of the stuff they showed, but I did like that Astral Chain game. Like, that shit looks like like it could go up, like, to par with like Devil May Cry or something like that.
Do you know, I'm gonna on the piggyback off what you just said, Pablo Escobar. How's Tata? Anyway, you know the thing, right? These Nintendo Switch channels make me laugh, right? And I'm not gonna name and shame because I don't do that anymore. But they always hype up these directs, hype them up to high heaven. Like they hype them up to impossible heights that Nintendo, no matter what they show, they could never please you because they've been overhyped to death. Yeah, and then when Nintendo Direct is live, they're all excited and doing this live reaction on YouTube, streaming it, excited. And then give it 12 hours after they slept. The very next day, they start picking holes. Oh, well, I don't like this art style. Oh, I don't like this anymore. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, it's not my type of game. Oh, it's like 1 minute you love it. Then it's like what happened in 12 hours that what is it? It's like you were drunk while you was watching it and now you're sober. I don't get it
on that front because they gotta usually report to everybody, right? They over.
Yeah, but that's disingenuous. You're lying to your fans by getting hyped and excited during the live stream for them to see you, and then you make a video the next day talking about what you don't like, and pretty much you say you don't like almost half of it, but you were cheering for everything.
Yeah,
everything.
Very true.
That's true. I noticed like some Nintendo fanboys do that. Like they're always like, "Oh, restart the clock" or whatever. Every time there's a fucking direct that's about to happen, and they hype themselves up and think like that freaking like I don't know like a Metro Prime is gonna get revealed or some shit. Like it's just I noticed they do that a lot. Like
dude, I predicted it. I said it in my video. The day of the direct or the day before in one of my news videos. I said at the beginning that the problem with these Nintendo channels is they like to overhype everything, get the crowd excited, and then Nintendo gets the blame for having a lackluster show. Like I don't get it. Why is it Nintendo's fault?
Bro, it's just the YouTube cycle. It's the YouTube cycle. You get people watching your videos talking about the hype for the direct, and then what do we talk about all the time that sells on YouTube? Negativity. So obviously the event you were hyping happened. Now it's time to be negative about it.
Yeah, clickbait.
Unpack that one day, man.
It kind of goes back to what's the name when they be like using those crazy thumbnails when they be having their mouths of like, oh my god type of shit. You know, like
someone explain this to me. Someone explain this to me, please. Explain this logic. Imagine a game is coming to the Switch that you had no interest in when it was on all the other platforms. You said it's not your type of game, but you're going to give it a go just because it's coming out on the Switch. Now, what is all that about?
Yep.
Does that make logical sense? You ignored it on all the other platforms you own, okay? It's not your type of game. You're admitting it, but you're still going to buy it because it's coming out on the Switch. What is going on? It's like a crazy kind of statement to make.
No, but it's
I don't like this car, but I'm going to buy this car. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I actually heard people on Xbox do that. When it was on PlayStation, it was
absolutely.
But when it went to Xbox, I'll buy it on Xbox.
Yeah, that new shit is trash. Every game's dropping on Xbox. Oh boy.
Yeah, remember then it was the best game ever. Like when No Man's Sky came to Xbox, the Xbox fanboys that got hyped when it came out. But they didn't.
They love that. They're like, "Oh, thanks for beta testing PS4, guys." So
lame. They also did. I call it soccer cars. They also did it with that game too.
Yeah.
You know what's the fun? You want to know another funny fanboy moment? PUBG.
Oh God! Why did he bring that up? Jesus.
In the podcast,
$30 beta.
I think I'm definitely gonna get. Let me end it with this right here, and I'm gonna get everybody's last final input. I'm gonna shut it down. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that still here, hit that like button. Let's end this show with this last little bit of news here. So, God of War 5, we got some details on God of War 5. If you guys missed my video, I basically broke it down. Now, I'm not going to get into the story whatsoever. I'm actually going to get into what they believe when the announcement trailer will be and when they figure the game will launch. All right. So, the game will not be announced at E3 at all this year, but we're pretty certain that it will be present at E3 2020 or PlayStation Experience 2020. PlayStation 5 is expected to be teased or even properly announced at PlayStation Experience 2019. Sony is skipping E3 2019, which puts a lot of hype and expectations into PSX 2019. Your thoughts? I'll start with Foxy.
Sorry, you know what? I was reading the chat. Could you very quickly? What about PSX?
Oh God.
So sorry, man. I'm high as well, man. Go on, keep going.
Bro, you're just stealing my whole shtick.
Hey, okay.
So
anyway.
what about PSX? What about PSX real quick?
This going to this is for God of War 5. All right, I did a video for God of War 5.
Yeah, I don't think I'm not saying your video is. I'm not saying you're being dishonest, but wherever those rumors come from,
yeah,
I don't believe them at all. I'm sorry. There's nowhere near that far into development that anyone come up with stories and release dates and all that nonsense.
No, it's not. Yeah, you watched my video completely. They're not. It's not in development.
Yeah, I did. I watched the whole video. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
you
it's not in development. They're going into.
You gave a lot of spoilers away, didn't you? And you warned everybody.
I warned everybody for the story. Most of my video was mostly going into story for the God of War joint because right now this is what they had to say going into the future of the production of the game. They said it will not be announced at E3 2019 this year, but we can pretty sure be certain that it will be present at E3 2020 or PlayStation Experience 2020. The PlayStation 5 is expected to be teased or even properly announced at PlayStation Experience 2019, and Sony is skipping E3 2019, which puts a lot of hype and expectations into PSX 2019. Now, basically going into it, what they're saying is they expect to see the actual announcement for the game, like the trailer.
When?
Yeah, PS5.
When are we expected to see it? Not this year.
Yeah. Next year.
No way. You're not going to see a new God of War trailer for any PS5 until the earliest PSX 2020. No way. Look, God of War literally just came out recently.
Very true. Yeah.
Why would they? You think they need a break? Do you think they can do all this work so quickly? No way.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I was reading it too, and I was looking at it too, because I'm like, Corey Barlog just came out a few days ago, and they were celebrating some more
awards. They just won awards. Why would they? How can they be already halfway?
Yeah, they're not ready.
You know what? The people are talking as if they're halfway through development already, and they're ready to show off like gameplay footage or a trailer this year.
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry, that's just that's just not reality. There's no way.
Yeah, no way you're getting gameplay, but you probably get a title screen. That's the best way I can.
Nah. Why bother? The game's still selling. Why do that? Why bother? Why don't you just? Why don't you do it next year?
According to this as well, this source, they're claiming that Sony's.
And think about it. Does that make sense? When they're trying to tell you that they're only going to release 4 games a year.
Yeah.
Why? How can they be pushing out God of War sequel again so quickly? Then it don't make sense.
Yep. Very, very true. Very, very, very true. Good point. Anybody else want to add things to this God of War joint?
All I can say is if they do anything, which I doubt if they will, because like you guys just said, it just came out. Maybe I don't know, maybe some DLC or something, you know. Yeah. But other from that, I can't not see them coming out with new God of War that fast. No.
Nah, I don't think they're done.
Horizon Zero Dawn 2 sequel. Sorry, not 2 sequel. Horizon Zero Dawn sequel will be out before next God of War. I'm telling you that now.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
That makes more sense.
I just want to piggyback off like what Foxy said. Like, if you notice, like, I don't know, maybe you guys feel different about it. I feel like making a sequel like 2 years after, you know, a game's been released. Like, I feel like it works against it. You can't really like evolve a game, you know, like that much, like in terms of like the gameplay or even like the graphics. Like, and a good example that I usually give some people, in my opinion, is like Watch Dogs 1 and 2. Yeah, and Assassin's Creed 2 as well. Like
and Call of Duty.
Creed. Yeah, that game too. Like those games have the same formula like every year. And if you just look at like the time between like Ascension and the new God of War, or even 3 or whatever, like there's like a big leap in like graphics, gameplay, just like
it's true, everything. You know, there's not one game you can mention that is a direct sequel that only had 12 months, you know, or even 24 months before it came out, that even did anything significantly different. It was just like a follow-on, wasn't it? It's like Far Cry 5. it's like Far Cry 5 and Far Cry this add-on. Well, not add-on, but this kind of direct follow-up that's just come out.
Yeah.
You know, New Dawn. It's like that. Like, so you can't really reiterate. You can't do much in. So he's right. Pablo's right, man. Pablo, man. You're not just a big cocaine baron, are you? You know about video games as well.
Feel me? You already know I'm about the shit now. But yeah.
I heard you're the king of New York.
Yeah, I'm the king of New York, you know. Feel me? If you want to come in, you gotta ask me first. No, I'm just kidding. No, let me stop.
Man, like disappeared off the radar for like 3 months. It was crazy.
Yeah, I had some personal little shit going on with my girl, but that's about it.
Yeah, you know how it is. Like
there's always time.
All right. Anybody else want anything else to this God of War? The claims from this source here.
I mean, I just think people are so desperate to get information about PS5 or next gen that because it gets clicks. I mean, I've seen so many people literally coming out saying, "Well, all of this is just being speculation, but the PS5 is going to have this, and it's going to have this, and the next Xbox will have that." It's like they walk out there with AMD and they say, "Here's what's going to be in your console." I wouldn't worry about it. I have my own source, and until they hit me up and say, "Here's exactly what they're looking to do," I don't really talk about it anymore. I'd rather talk about MLB The Show or Days Gone.
You shouldn't do it for clicks anyway. That shouldn't be your motivation. It should be what you're doing should be honest, true, and to your knowledge, it should be honest and true and forthcoming. Like if you're doing it for clicks, then you're obviously gonna lie. You're gonna add lies in it because you need to make it more spicy.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Yeah. Why is anyone even talking about PS5 when we about to get like some big ass hitters? Death Stranding.
That's what I'm talking about. I've recently, in fact, today I put out a video, a spotlight on Ghost of Tsushima. I did the Days Gone before that, and I did Death Stranding. So I'm focusing now on the last big hitters of PS4. That's what I'm gonna do. Is gonna be The Last of Us Part 2. So
but that's what you're supposed to do. But that's what you're supposed to do. I mean, you're not supposed to be focused. You're supposed to be focused on what's coming out now. Yep. Why are you pushing for stuff that ain't gonna happen for another 2-3 years?
But I know what you're saying, but you can't have information for too long and sit on it because someone will drop it before you. It becomes redundant, and then what was the point in having the information in the first place?
Well, if you got reliable information, it's got to be reliable. These people are just speculating, and it's not reliable, like you said.
Well, you're right. I'm only talking about the others. They're not important to me.
Yeah.
Nah, you just want to feel the console war. Nope. That's the reason why some people just do it.
Somebody farting in their mic. What the hell was that?
All right. I have no idea what's going on.
Because I'm a news channel, like a Let's Play channel, or I'm not like a video channel, as in telling you the latest release dates, like some of them do, and giving you updates on release dates. I don't do that. I cover everything that's I find worthy. But I don't want to be all about technology, though, because it's important to highlight what you're going to be playing on this technology, which is why I've been focusing on those last 4 big games. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's going to be like a mainstay feature anyway. Like even when PS5 comes out, I'm going to focus on big titles like, fan theories. And, like we don't know much about Death Stranding. So I put out a video with fan theories in there. And what we do know, and the video got 130,000 views. Do you know what I'm saying? And I didn't expect that. I thought it's going to be like just an average video, maybe 3,000, 5,000 views. It got 130, and I said, well, people obviously like this. So, and not to say I'm doing it for the clicks, but I'm looking at the demands.
Right.
I'm looking at what are people engaged in.
All right, but it's so different that in the United States, there's this movie coming out called Avengers Infinity War 2. Everybody will say huge leap, giant set news, and nothing has come out.
Exactly what you're talking
about.
I don't use that stuff. Yeah. If you notice, I never have that in there. Like breaking news. I don't have breaking news. I don't put Megaton. I don't put Sony's going to destroy Microsoft. I don't put like crazy stuff in there.
Such and such just got this update, Megaton news.
No, I saw that because I know you saw that video from them, Craig, but they said that Galactus was going to be in the next Avengers.
What?
Yeah, the Fox
You
deal.
said Galactus is going to be in the next Avengers. I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't get this. Like,
nah, that ain't gonna happen.
And they said Odin had the Infinity Gauntlet. I'm like, oh, Jesus.
Nah.
Ryan, can I upload this on my channel? I think this is a really interesting episode.
Definitely. Go right ahead. Definitely. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that's basically it. You know, we came together. I think we talked about everything that was worthwhile. Definitely a good discussion. Let me shout out to a few people that's already in this panel. Newcomers. Well, actually, one newcomer. Shout out to Michael here, and shout out to Pablo for returning. You guys remember Pablo the third? He's one of our originators on the RGT. So it's good to see him back after a long hiatus. To everybody that's in the chat, hope you guys enjoyed today's show. Hit that like button, share it out. Do appreciate y'all for sticking around. And let's go ahead and get into these outros and go on back to what matters, gaming. Nancy, I'm calling you out in Tekken right now, live on the channel.
You ain't calling me nobody out because you can't do nothing. You just spam all the time.
Let's get it. How about
You're so salty. You're so salty.
You can go live right now after this.
I'm not going live right now because right now I'm going to be playing because I got 2 games in today. I got Jump Force and Metro Exodus. I'm playing Metro Exodus right now.
Oh,
so you're gonna have to hold your hand on your ass for a little bit. All right, let me hold your hand on your ass and we'll play. All right. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But anyway,
not Jump for this is gonna be interesting. You streaming that? You gonna be streaming
that 1440p RAT? Yeah. If you got the PlayStation Pro, you got a 1440p RAT. So make sure you.
Oh, and by the way, before I go, Ryan, don't fall in the bowl again. All right. Please don't do that. Don't fall in the bowl again.
Yo, you know if anybody want the hands on Tekken, let's go. I'm ready. Brian, all day.
Right. Everybody, hit that like button, and I hope you enjoyed the show. And we'll see you next time. I'll see you next time.
All right, newcomer Michael, go ahead, brother.
Good. You can find me on the Platform Podcast every Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Go to youtube.com/the platform live.
All right. Neds.
You know what? Let me go last.
All right. Craig.
Well, yeah. Everybody have a good evening. And yeah, that's about all I can say.
All right. Carlos.
Hey, man, as always, pleasure to being here and enjoying some good topics and talking about gaming. And tonight, I'm going to go home, try to get some sleep, play some Crackdown 3 and Anthem.
All right. And
on P.
Go ahead, Mitch.
Oh, I'm sorry. Have a great weekend, everybody. 3-day weekend. Leave Ryan, Big Cloud Gaming here, a like on the video. I'm going to be playing Crackdown 3. Next week, tune in, and I'll give you my thoughts. That's basically it. I mean, what else is there to say?
Where do you find you at? Where can I find you for your channel?
Oh, you can find me at @TheRealMeds_ on Twitter, and you can find me at Real Medications on Twitch. And I will be streaming some of that Crackdown 3. So tune in and roast me and all that nonsense. But at the end of the day, is Crackdown trash to me? Are we going to go a podcast without Carlos making up some words? Find out on the next episode of RGT.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, God. Y'all crazy. Shout out to everybody in the chat. What's up, OBJ? Yeah, you missed it, brother. But it's all good. Hit that bell icon. You won't miss anything. That's YouTube for you. They all retarded. This is Big Cloud Gaming. Hope you guys enjoyed the show once again. And we will see you guys later. I'm definitely going to tune into this little stream that Nancy's going to do for Jump Force because I'm hearing good things, but also silly things.
Oh,
yeah, so I'm interested. Y'all be good. Y'all be good people.
Let me just say, because you didn't let me do my one.
Oh shit, my bad. Go ahead, Fox.
Yeah, me
you
neither.
Let me do my one. You know, I couldn't.
Let the guest sign out. How dare you?
Yeah, I've got a book to sell. Okay, yeah, I want to plug my shit. Okay, all right. Listen, subscribe to everybody here. These are some good people. Okay, they know they're gaming. They're easy to talk to. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. Don't forget the Gamer Couch. You can pick up Ryan again on that Gamer Couch Sunday, 5 p.m. on my channel, Foxy Games UK. That's 5 p.m. ET if you're out in the US, 10 p.m. if you're in the UK where I am. You'll join us, Cat, Bullet Hell Honey, Gamer Couch podcast. Play games, not corporations.
Alrighty.
Peace.
Alrighty.
Nice.
And Pablo III, go ahead if I missed you.
You already know the real P3. Y'all want those Xbox games? Hit me up. I got you. Just give me like $1 million. But nah. Feel me? You can check me out on Twitter. I don't really do this YouTube shit like that, but I really love like talking to everybody about games and seeing like everybody's opinions about this shit. But yeah, check me out. Harlem X Poncho on Twitter. Feel me? We could talk some shit.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is the RGT episode 49. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We're out. We're signing out. Y'all be good.
Peace.
Peace.